Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and welcome to my mess. What are you gonna do? That's why I got the sign, "Bless this mess." And Mr. Clock, I still won't wind them up. I gotta wait for the. I know we're gonna be pushing the clocks back soon, so I might wait. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See how much time I got. Today is October 15th of 2025. It's Wednesday. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius at about. It's about going on 7 p.m. in the evening. Today we got the odd couple cuttings. Now these cuttings were rooted by Charlotte from the Prairie State Bonsai Society, I think. But she rooted them in a pot and they're together. One is a ficus, but she doesn't know what type it is, and the other one's a Schefflera actinophylla. And we're gonna see if these two can grow together as in a like a bonsai display. But let's see what happens. But I'll show you the plants, and you can see what they are. Now this one's a little bit too tall. I don't know if you can see it. This one's a little bit too tall, so we're just gonna snip it back. And we're gonna use our small ironwood tools because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And if you need an ironwood tool, check them out and type in my last name, Nowak. You get 10% off. So give it a try. And the tools are good. They'll last you a lifetime. So here we go again. Let's tilt this straight for you. So I don't know what Charlotte put it in. So let me put this on the side. And let's take them out and see what kind of soil's in there. I think she uses bonsai soil, but what type, I have no idea. Or is it just soil? I don't know, but you can see the roots coming out of the pot. And she's got her mesh in there. So I'm going to take my root pruning shears and just cut here so I don't damage my other ones. And hopefully this comes out of the pot good. So we're just gonna give it a good squeeze. Yep, she's got some kind of bonsai soil in there. I don't know what it is, but she likes her soil. So, you know, it's your preference, whatever soil you want to use. You know, I don't complain. Whatever you can afford and use. And I hooked her on to some of Ted's mix. So I know she bought a bushel of that, so she's going to try that out. Because it's cheap. I mean, you spend, what, for a little bag of bonsai soil, about 10, 15 bucks. You can get a whole bushel of Ted's cactus mix for $12.99. That ain't bad. Let's take our chopstick and take out some of this soil. You know, you use whatever soil you can afford. That's the main thing. And if you can't afford it, buy a root hook from that. Go to the thrift stores and you can get a steak knife. Or not a steak knife, a steak fork. And that will help you always to dig through. So that's what I'm using right now so you can see how I'm using it. Just cut. We got the screen here, and the roots have grown into the screen. Amazing. So, what's Tom gonna do? That's why I got this. I'm just gonna cut right along the bottom of the screen so I can get these roots out. And yeah, I'm hitting the lava rock in here. That's why I use these shears for soil. Just cutting through, just like that. There we go. I think she used Ted's mix in here too. Now you can see this ficus is just rooted. It's got a nice set of roots on there. And the Schefflera also has a nice set of roots. I'm just going to get all this off. Like that. And I think to give it a start, let me see. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, Tom. Let's cut this one big root off. Now that's a thick one, so I'm going to use this, my ironwood. That's a thick root. I got that real good. And I made sure there was no soil on it. So then we're going to cut a little bit here, here. We're just trimming the roots back. Just trimming it back. Now I'll try to keep it small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back all the way to here. Just like that. And the ficus, since it's only got a little bit of roots on there, I'm not going to prune it, the roots, but I'm going to take it off to about here. Just like that. I'll throw that one on some water, see if I can root that. So now, what are we going to do, Tom? I'll tell you what we're going to do. First, this I got put in the garbage. Bullseye. Sometimes I don't hit them on the, right on the nose. I'm going to take the soil out of the way because I don't know if I got enough Ted's mix. I thought I had enough. But I always got the other smaller one, the smaller grit. Now, think, Tom. So let's get you out of the way, Mr. Ficus and Mr. Schefflera. And we'll put this in a bucket. There we go. Now, this is the pot that I showed you on my short video that I did with the glue and the rust. What was the name of that? It was a clear coat. I think it was a Rust-Oleum. And I just decorated it for knowing that when we planted them. So I got a screen in there because there's also screen on the bottom. So if they get caught again, we're just going to cut them again. So let's get Ted's mix out. And then I'm going to put some micos around the roots to help the roots to get established. And if I don't have enough, at least it'll be a good bottom drainage part. I got Ted's mix right here. You can see how nice his mix is. There we go. Just like that. Just spread it out. And you say, oh, I can't do it, I got arthritis. Well, I got it in the shoulder today and in the knee. And you think I'm complaining? No, I go to work and do it. Sometimes it hurts. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do, as my friend Vince Spilotro used to say. Now this one, with the leaves sticking out like that, we're going to have to put it here. Something like that. Now, here's my micos. I put it in my little jar here, and I cut a hole in it. It was like a fish food feeding jar. And just put it all over the roots. And beneficial bacteria helps. This is mycorrhiza, and it helps with getting the roots established. It feeds it good. So now we got that. So I think I got a little more left. Let's hold that thought there. And put a little mound in there. Get that on there. Get our chopstick and fire it into the root system. You gotta fire it in. Just fire it in. Don't be afraid. Roots will grow back. Use your fingers. how do they say on the old phone book commercials, Yellow Pages, what your fingers do to walking. Oh, we're letting the chopstick do the walking. There we go. And we just push it in, push it in. I have to look to make sure you're on in there and seeing what I'm doing, because sometimes I forget to turn the video back. I mean up or down, so you can see the pot. Now this one here, I think I have to add more soil on the bottom here. There we go. I'll let the roots sit over this mound. I don't know if you can see it, but I made a mound right here, so the roots are sitting on top of it. So it's holding its own right now. Let's get a little bit here. Come on, we gotta straighten you out. And we'll put it there. Just like that. Oh, you know what you did, Tom? You forgot to put the mikus in there. So it's moving on the sides. You make a mistake, you make a mistake. What are you gonna do? My brain gets all discombobulated sometimes. There we go. Now we're going to put a mound back on there. Close that up so nothing gets in there. And put a little mound there. Just like that, and spread the roots. Keep them spread. And we'll get a little bit more of our soil that I got left. Just enough, just enough. Turn the table, Tom. That's why you got a turntable. There we go. Now, what am I going to do? That's a good question. I take my chopstick and fire it into the roots I got over here. Get them air pockets out. Just fire it in, fire it in. Don't be afraid. Fire it in, fire it in. We'll see what happens, and you can see that it is bleeding a little bit. So I'll just get my dirty old sock here that I use for stuff. And just dab it so it dries it up. A little dab will do you. There. Okay, now we got our mix of 2 parts cocoa core, 2 parts, what is it, number 1 red chicken grit, and no, it's 3 parts red chicken grit and 3 parts coarse sand. Okay, Tom, and Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties out there. So I don't want to bore you. Go in there with the scoop, and with the chicken grit, it's going to hold these down. It's going to hold your tree into place because it's a nice type gravel. And with the sand, it's good because chicken grit is like, it's harder than quartzite. I think it's ground quartz, if I'm not mistaken. And it, you know, if it's good for chickens and it don't hurt them and it helps them digest their food good, I don't see why not we can't use it on our plants. So just gonna give it a good dousing like that. And we're gonna take our chopstick and fire that in. Even though we got the other one in there. Whatever air pockets are under this little stuff will take it right out. So now, we'll get Mr. Spoon and pat it down. You can use your fingers, whatever you want to use. There we go. You can even use the back of your cup that you were putting it in. That'll help get it in for you. If you got arthritis in the fingers or anything, that'll work. Now this is good for young and old. Anybody can do this. Anybody and work on bonsai. Ask somebody for a cutting and go from there. Okay, so we got all this here. And we get Mr. Spoon to help us put some more in the corner here. Put another one there. I'm not going to put these outside. I brought them in, so just like the Portulacaria afra, Portulacarii, or lyre, something like that. Anyway, it's up on top there with the other ones I'm trying to start. So let's put this in. I got a little house. It says welcome at the door. You can get these houses at the Dollar Tree. And all we're going to do is put it in like this on the side. He built this house next to the Schefflera. And then what's Tom going to do? I don't know. That's a good question. What's Tom going to do for decor? Okay, let's get this in. Use your fingers. You can always wash your hands. And because I'm doing it late at night, that's the best time to plant. Plus, it'll be pitch dark in here. So that'll give everything a chance to, you know, relax from the shock of planting. Because you can see this is it's a little wet there, but they'll all dry up. So now let me get some sand and put it around the house. We got some tricks up our sleeve today. Because I also got the, what is it, the green sphagnum moss that they use for up tiles. So we can use that for moss. So, let's get all that off. And then we'll put some sand around there. Around the house. You know what, Tom? That's right, get it all over the floor, but that's what brooms are made for, to sweep it off the floor. So I'm just going to stick it around here. Make a little path coming out. The person that owns this house, this little miniature house, wants the sand there for good drainage. So let's go around. He planted his house real close to the Schefflera, but that's all right. And he's got this nice gravel so he can make like a picnic area there later on in the back of the house, or a little bit in the front of the house, whatever he wants to do. Okay, so we got that. I think, yeah, we'll give it the rest. And then in the back here, this will be like maybe a stone quarry or something. So we'll take some number 2 cherry red chicken grit and put that in there. And chicken grit, you can make your own soil with it because it's cheap. I think the number 2 is like 39 cents a pound, and the number 1 is like 29 cents a pound. Or no, number 2 is 29, and number 1 is 39 because it's so small to make a pound. So we got a little area there. And then let's close that up. Let's open the bag. And you know, if you want, you know, I can't get moss to grow all year long, especially in the house. So all I'm going to do is stick that right here. And you can use that for grass, like a little ground cover. That's all. And then we're going to take Mr. Spray Bottle, wet it down, so I can really put it in. according to Marisol from Frostbite Bonsai, she says this stuff grows. That would be perfect. So let's put a little more in the corner. There we go. And by wetting it, it'll stay nice and green. So it could be like, you know, it could be like little tree ferns growing in here. Not tree ferns, but they got the ferns that grow in the forest. Because by my uncle's house when I was in Michigan when he was alive, that's what they had. A lot of them growing there. And then maybe you could take one of these rocks and I'll just put it on the back there. Maybe one here to hold it down. Another one here, so it's like an outcropping. Like that. So let's wet everything in. And you know, today's Wednesday, today's potluck, whatever you want to do. Read a book, listen to some mysteries, watch an old-time movie. Watch a good detective show, whatever you want to do, whatever your pleasure is. That's what Wednesdays are made for. And now, we could, let's see. You know, you can have like a little pumpkin patch decorating the house there. Let's get another one here. Put it on both sides. And here's our gnome. Here's Chester the gnome. There we go. He's picking pumpkins. Bringing them to the house. He's probably going to make soup or something. So there you go. That's our little display. And let's see if these two grow. The roots are there. And we'll go from there. Let's see what happens. So, you have a good night. Get a nice cup of tea tonight. But if it's hot in your area, glass of lemonade, or anything that'll, nice cool glass of water, cup of tea tonight for those of us that are up here where winter is coming soon and fast. And then, you know what, right, you're right, Mr. Elephant, what did Tom forget to do? He forgot to water them in. Good thinking, Mr. Elephant. That's a good reminder. So, put it in a little bit. Get them roots watered in. And I'll put them over here. Right by the roots. And then I gotta clean the window, the east window. So I can start bringing in some plants. And we go from there. Yeah, Mr. Elephant, I forgot to give you a good drink of water before coming out, but you're getting some nice water for me. And you can see the water's oozing out, so that's good. So there we go. Thank you, Mr. Elephant, for reminding me. And then we'll put a tag on there when they grow. And then we'll see what how this one turns out and this one turns out. So hopefully they live together as a good couple. Now, so I'm going to get the kitties the wrong idea right now. Wipe my hands and the towel. So you take care, everybody. It's a long video. I'll cut it short. Have a good night. Cup of tea and what you like. Take care.